Hello and welcome to another quick look. This time we are taking a look at the Guild of Dungeoneering with the newly released Pirates Cove DLC. And the game is by Gambrinous and published by Versus Evil. And it is a part dungeon crawling, part card game, part turn-based strategy game. It's kind of interesting combination. So let's jump into the game here. And with the DLC you have this jungle shortcut which cuts out the tutorial part of the game at the start of the game, and we're gonna go immediately for that, and we'll replace this slot here. So this here is your initial Guild of Dungeoneering, and normally you start out with just this initial room and your chump, who is your newbie hero, but since this is the jungle shortcut, we have some additional buildings, and you build by adding rooms like this. Over there's no really effect how you build this dungeon, guild, and you can make it to your own liking. And you can expand the guild down here. You have 1,000 money when you start this with the shortcut, but normally you would have to earn a bit more of that to unlock things. And there's might, magic, and loot options here, each with 3 tiers of items, and as you unlock the tire, the next tire gets unlocked. And there's a combination of heroes or classes, like the Hidden Den unlocks Cat Burglar, Ranger, Troubadour, the most holy Grail Knight, and there's a multitude of different classes here. And the DLC also adds 3 more characters, which you do gain through playing, not by unlocking them from here. And the other thing you get from here is blessings, and you take like this Warrior's Might here. You can choose one blessing for each mission, and there's a few different ones that really will help you around. We'll actually buy this +1 HP tonic here, so it's gonna make life a bit easier. And the third thing you have here is the loot, which is these items. As I said, the game is part card game, so you have these cards here, which will appear as a loot in the dungeon as you upgrade, and we'll get like this one, I guess, for here. So those cards get added to your card pool or loot pool when doing missions. And down here is the Dungeoneers. So here's our brave cast of Chump, Cat Burger, Mime, Bruiser, Apprentice, Shapeshifter, and a Ranger. These are the classes we have at the moment unlocked. And you have one of each character, and they get replaced if they die, when they die, because this game is a bit brutal sometimes, and you will lose people, so they don't get too attached to the people. But anyways, that's the guild portion, and let's go exploring.
I hear this jungle is dangerous and deep, and that its paths are long and contrived. Nobody knows what secrets it keeps, because nobody has survived.
So that is the narrator of this game, this singing, rhyming, mocking bastard of a troubadour, who comments on your deeds if you fail or succeed, and tells you about the things. So we'll just close that. And this is the map here, and this side here is normally the initial tutorial area where you do missions, and then you unlock the jungle here after you complete this side. And as you complete the jungle, you go to the next areas, and so on and so on. And currently we have these 3 options here, each with the new logo there, and we can go to any of these at any order we want, but we cannot go back to these success ones here. And we're gonna go here into the adventure called Snakes on a Plane, and quest 1, why would it have to be snakes? I hate snakes option. And it's a 2-part mission basically. So you do one mission, come back to your guild, go to another mission, and then you are done with the Snakes on a Plane area. And usually the first portion kind of introduces you to the different monsters and cards and stuff in that area. And then the next, or the last part is a boss of that same type. Like in here you have surprisingly a lot of snakes, but in the later part you have a boss that's snake themed as well. And you can choose your hero here, which is the current hero in that dungeon, so you only run one of the guys each time. And we're gonna go with the ranger here, and this is the blessing you can choose, and it's one blessing that works for the duration of the dungeon. And we're gonna go with the +1 HP, which I just unlocked, and this is our setup. Enter the dungeon. And here we are in the dungeon crawling part of the game. So you have objective, defeat 3 monsters up in the corner here. The song that's playing, your brave hero with the slots for loot and information about the guy. You can always refer to that. And this is the initial dungeon. We have an entrance here where our brave hero is. Couple of already placed tiles with monsters. The clouds mean it's an unexplored area. And down here you can place up to 3 cards, but you don't have to place any dungeon pieces basically onto the board. But we do want few. So let's put down a mysterious fountain, which is one of the special kind of rooms, which have this fountain in there, and it's a fountain of combustion. And when you go in here and succeed this room, you get this blessing for 1 battle, which will make you and the enemy burn for 1 damage with this fountain of combustion. We also have the pirates map here, which is the item that will, or loot that will unlock the Pirates Cove DLC area. So we'll definitely want to put that down on the floor as well. And then we have a blood-starved bat here as well. Blue cards are rooms always, reds are always enemies, and yellow is loot. And you can have basically 1 of each in a tile here. And you build this dungeon to your liking. And there's different ways and different strategies building these, depending on the mission as well, of course. Some have like this one has to kill 3 monsters. It can be any, doesn't have to be any of these. Some others have get some certain loot, kill some certain boss. A boss attacks you within X turns, and you have to run away from them. And there's all kinds of variety into this. And we'll just place down the bat here. And as you can see, now that I placed the room in there and some loot, you see these footpaths, and that's where he's gonna go. You cannot directly control where he goes, but you can encourage him to go into certain ways with loot, some proper enemies to fight with, and all kinds of stuff. And how you build the dungeon as well. He also really likes going into the unexplored areas instead of already explored areas. He can go back to those though. So let's just place down a bat here. My squeaky toy bat. And here he goes. And we get to the combat portion in here, which is the kind of card game turn-based strategy here. So here's my deck, here's his deck, here's our discard piles, our traits I've arranged, and the +1 HP. He's predictable, which means I can see his next card, and this is his current card. He's playing this turn, Lunge, for 2 physical damage, and it's unblockable from the Rage deck. And this is my hand, and I can play 1 of these, and at the end of the turn I'll draw a new card. And we have double camouflage and wooden arrow from the ranger decks. And since he's using 2 damage, 2 physical damage unblockable, I can reduce my camouflage, which will block any type of damage. But since it's unblockable, we cannot do that. This also gives you +1 to your next physical attack, which is a really awesome ability. Normally enemy will start each turn, or when you choose your cards, he will go first. But with the ranger, we have this ranged ability that gives us quick, and all my physical attacks are quick, which means I will go first with the quick attacks. Certain cards are quick by default as well, which helps a lot in some situations, and we get a +1 damage if they are already quick. But we'll just go with the wooden arrow to start with, and this is the icon for quick, the kind of lightning arrow. And this is how the game goes. You just play cards in turns and try to kill the enemy before he kills you. So he's doing a magic damage attack now with 1 shield for physical damage. So if I did physical damage on him, it would get reduced by 1 because of the shield. And if I had a magic shield, I can prevent this, which means we are actually going to use the camouflage here, which will block either physical or magical damage and give me a bonus for the next physical attack. So here we go, and there I blocked his damage and didn't get any on my guy. And then he's gonna play Drain, which does magic damage and heals you for each damage he does, which we definitely don't want to. And we have another camouflage here. He's getting Trash next, which is kinda horrible. We'll survive that. So now I have 2 damage already stored here. So Trash here is a 3 damage card, physical damage, and this icon means he's gonna lose 1 HP from doing this. Some of these really powerful attacks will actually damage you as well. But he has 5 HP, which means I can do Steelhead Arrow for 2 physical damage plus 2, winch 4, and he's gonna kill himself with the damage. So we'll go with that. There we go. And we got a level up, which gives us 1 HP. And then we have a choice of loot here. Every time you kill a monster, you get a certain amount of loot, and you can choose from them. The loot levels depend on how difficult the monster is, so higher level monsters give you better gear. So we could get a spy class already at maximum skill level. No more battle cards available from the ranged, because we are ranged already. This would give us a ranged ability in the offhand. Then we have a Bar's Tool, which gives us a Bash ability, the Stupidity card, which is an empty card, basically wastes your turn, and a Repel, which is 3 block, and this goes into offhand as well. Or a Shash, which is a body armor that gives a Rekindle, 1 magic damage and 1 healing, and a Swift, which is 1 damage, and it's a quick card, and the black icon there means you draw 1 card. On a Ranger, this means 2 damage and a card, which is really awesome. So I'm gonna get Shash on our brave hero, and it goes in the body slot there. We got the map, and then we got the burning horrible ability. So next we can place more rooms. We're gonna do a corridor here, and he immediately goes that direction. And I'm gonna place another bat in the way. Yeah. And normally you move 1 tile into the unexplored areas, and you move 2 tiles in explored areas. And I'm gonna waste my last placement. I don't really want anything else in there. So now that we have the fountain, there is the fountain burn this fight. Both he and me are burning for 1 damage each turn now, which makes this a bit more difficult. And he's gonna start with the drain again. I'm just gonna camouflage again against that. So here's the burns. And I don't really like the look of that trash. But we'll rekindle against that. Heal myself for 1 and deal 1 damage on him. Which will, after the burn, put him into 2 damage. I would actually die to this, unless I kill him. So we can do Swift now, which is a physical damage attack. Sorry about that. And we'll gain additional damage from the ranged on that, because it's already quick. And then a third one here, which will kill this guy immediately. And we didn't have to take the trash to the face. So that was actually fairly easy. And there's our next loots. So we could take a cup of nice hot coffee, which would give me a fire blast, or the bar stool again, or a hand axe. I'm gonna go with the hand axe as a weapon. Slice and bash from there, and it goes to the weapon slot there. And then the snake comes and attacks me. As they are wandering enemies, they just go around wandering if they can. There's also enemies that will chase you and directly try to confront you. So here's our new slice ability and our bash ability. This is 1 shield and 1 damage. So he's doing 2 damage, which means we could shield 1 of them and do 1 on him, which is probably the good idea. Damage prevention usually is always a good idea, unless you can just damage race against the enemy. So he's doing unblockable again, and I have only damage abilities, so Flame Arrow. Neurotoxin. So this is one of those special cards that do something else instead of just doing damage. It does do 1 damage, and if it's successful, so if I don't block the damage, I'm gonna discard one of these cards from here. But we're gonna just camouflage on that and prevent the discard ability. There's also stuff like steal cards and all kinds of funky stuff on some of the cards. Some of them are really nasty. I guess rekindle on that. Heal the damage he does and deal 1 damage on him. And this is restore, so he deals 1 magic damage on me, and if it's successful, he heals for 2. No on that, please. There we go, and we are slowly gaining some power here. Another restore. Well, take arrow to the face. We'll just end this before he heals.
Oh, look, it's your dungeoneer who survived. Just look at the joy. I'm so teary-eyed. Do you think that they'll all come back alive? Well, I suppose if they don't, then at least they all tried.
So there we go. So we got some loot, gold from the map explored, 4 in here, monster killed 6, loot and gear sold. So the loot we gained from this mission, they always sell it, and your level resets back to 1. So you start from scratch every time you go to the next mission, and we got also bonus from the quest. And we got the pirate map, so the pirate area is now unlocked, which is this skull cavern. And with the money we earned, we could buy new upgrades, although it's not enough currently to buy any upgrades. And you keep expanding your guild, gain more classes, more blessings, more cards and loot to use in the dungeons. And then you go again to next dungeoneering area. Like here is the skull cavern now.
You wouldn't want to meet her. But there's treasure to be found. Adventures abound. And you might even meet the Grim Reaper.
So that's pretty much Guild of Dungeoneering, and it's a superb combination of kind of light-hearted RPG strategy game and a card game. And if you like stuff like that, this is definitely a must to pick up a game for you. And I highly recommend the new Pirates Go DLC as well. It adds 3 classes. Normally you unlock the classes by upgrading your guild, but the 3 new classes are unlocked through going through the dungeons and rescuing them. And it also adds a lot more items to the game. Like you can already see here, normally you had only these 4 cards here, and these 2 cards on the side here are bonus, and it's basically on each of these, so it adds like basically almost 50% more items for your loot pool, and many of them are a lot different from the previous loot, so it does change the gameplay a lot and make it more interesting and refreshing, I guess, if you have played just the base game. But anyways, that's my quick look into the Guild of Dungeoneering. So thank you for watching, and if you liked this quick look, there's other quick looks in my YouTube channel, and let's plays for games like this, and many other games. I also do live stream every day on twitch.tv/Bellnar channel, playing games like this and other strategy management and builder games, and I also run the curator group for those. So take a look at those as well if you're interested. But anyways, as I said, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.